Summer's here, but pollen is here, and this is a natural antihistamine herb you need this hay fever season. Research indicates that nettles can have antihistamine effects in the body and help squash allergic rhinitis and hay fever symptoms. Nettles can help to reduce itching, sneezing, all the typical hay fever symptoms that we do not want this summer. Research shows that it's better than placebo in most cases, so better than taking nothing, but also comparable, if not better, to your conventional meds, but without all the side effects. So if you want to go natural, nettles could be a good choice for you. So the research carried out was done on real people. Over 70 real people took part in the trial, and it showed significant changes in clinical outcomes. So that's measuring what we report in the clinic, so the sneezing, the itchiness, and crucially it did show that the nettles were helping to dampen down some of those immune responses, because allergies, hay fever is basically a sign that our immune system is overreacting. So it did show that nettles were having those antihistamine calming effects, particularly on the nasal passages. So that's where a lot of your itching, sneezing, once your nose becomes irritated, that can translate to your throat, your eyes start watering. So it was really interesting that the positive effects were found around the nasal passages in real people. So how exactly were nettles helpful? They were antihistamine and anti-inflammatory. Again, inflammation is a natural response of your immune system. Your immune system thinks it's good by promoting inflammation, which means all your immune cells rush to the area. You get all red because the blood flow is increased. But when it's in hyper overdrive, it's not too helpful. So we really want to help dampen down that histamine response, that inflammatory response, and nettles did just that. There was multiple symptom relief. I mentioned the nasal passages, that was mentioned in particular, the sneezing, the itching. But as we know, when our nose is irritated, that affects our eyes. But there was also a more widespread antihistamine effect. So histamine and that inflammatory response is in your blood. So that's why we can experience a number of different symptoms. So there was a widespread effect rather than only one area improving. But nasal effects were the big one. So if it's the sneezing, the itchiness, blocked nose, even if your nose is really inflamed, that seemed to be the top benefit. Nettles were rated more efficient than placebo, so that's more efficient than not taking anything at all, but also comparable, if not better, than your conventional meds. But you don't have that toxic load, you don't have those side effects that can be related with your antihistamine. Nettles are also naturally very nutrient rich. They're almost like nature's little multivitamin, so there's an added benefit there that you wouldn't get with your conventional meds. Take home, nettles, try it for allergic rhinitis and hay fever. How to acquire nettles: you can go out and forage them. They grow wild a lot at this time of year, or if you're all about the convenience, get some lovely herbal drops. Nettle tinctures are lovely, good quality. They're all ready to go. Just add them to a little bit of water, and yeah, use them for comparative, if not better, results to your conventional meds, and tick that going natural box as well.